Hello and welcome to FudgeMuppet. My name is Michael and today I'll be showing you guys the latest build, the Madman. We made the Madman a wood elf as the males in Skyrim can be made to look quite wooden and creepy, like a ventriloquist doll, hiding all emotion. Backstory for this character is that the Madman was originally a child's toy in Cyrodiil. Now the child had everything he wanted and he treated other children with utmost disrespect. Bored in the mid-afternoon in typical Sheogorath style, the god thought it would be entertaining to play a trick on the child as he turned the doll into a fully grown man, babbling and psychotic. The Madman, once a child's toy, turned on the kid, killing him slowly and laughing with joy. Running off to Skyrim, the Madman had no motive but to kill and create disaster. Be warned, if you haven't completed the Dark Brotherhood, there are spoilers in this video. So to create a creepy and psychotic looking character, Scott and I decided to make him quite skinny and also give him completely black eyes. To fulfill the character's manic desires, he will be completing the Dark Brotherhood questline as I mentioned earlier. Ensure you pick the most crazy dialogue options you can and fulfill all of Nazir's contracts for extra fun and coin. Within the Dark Brotherhood plot, definitely do not kill Cicero as later you will use him as your insane sidekick and companion. Be sure you find the Jester armor in the new Dawnstar Sanctuary later in the story as you will be using it as your main item of clothing. Before you get it, you can use standard Dark Brotherhood armor. The character will get along well with Sheogorath and of course complete his quest. This will allow for a fun, loopy role-playing experience and also grant you one of your weapons, Wabberjack. Wabberjack will allow you to create another form of damage against enemies in combat and also allow for random mischief. The other weapon you'll be using more often is an ebony dagger. It will let you assassinate your victims unexpectedly or just slash them to shreds before their very own eyes. The dagger fits in well with the character's clothing and for role-playing purposes, it is more concealable than Daedric. You look like a jester and others shouldn't know your real intentions, what you truly find entertaining. The skills you'll be using are one-handed for the dagger and of course sneak to stay hidden. The third and final skill you will need is actually alchemy. Alchemy will let the character craft poison so his kills can be as cruel as possible, and the Madman actually finds paralysis to be very fun and most interesting. Paralysis poison can be put on your dagger as well as other cruel afflictions such as slowing enemies and damaging their health. Perks you will need can be found in the description as always, along with a link to Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, so be sure to check some out. Not only is the Madman obsessed with paralysis, but also with anything you actually want him to be obsessed with. He loves to collect trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. So in our playthrough we've decided to collect gemstones as we could really imagine the character loving precious, shiny sort of items. The playstyle for the character is quite random and dependent on role-playing his psychotic moods. One method uses stealthy kills with his dagger, and of course a poison of your choice, and another could include rushing enemies out of nowhere to leave them surprised and eventually dead. The Wabberjack of course can also be used if the Madman is feeling bored, or as usual, crazy. Use Wabberjack on mudcrabs, deer, guards, bandits, and even the Emperor. Be random, be evil, but mostly have fun. That concludes this week's build, and to all our subscribers, both old and new, thank you for watching. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to know the perks for the Madman, check the description and have a look through our social networking outlets as well. I'm Michael from FudgeMuppet, please like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the comments below. Bye.